Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm showing you how to make the ultimate Ice Mage in Dragon Age the Veilguard. Now this build is all about freezing your enemies then shattering them for massive damage. It's pretty fun and you will feel like a frosty snowman. I'll also show you what items to equip and what weapons and armor to use, including very rare unique weapons and armor. I'll show you the location of where to get those to optimize this build and do the most damage possible. If that sounds good to you, then subscribe to the channel and let's do this. Okay, and here is the skill tree. As you can see, we are speccing towards the top and also to the top right. When you hit level 20, you can choose this specialization. This is called the Evoker. And all you have to do is click this and you will unlock the Evoker, and this is the Ice Mage build. The ultimate attack is the Vortex of Shadow, dealing 4,560 cold, and it's quite spectacular. So let me show you a few of the skills that are really going to come in handy with this build. By about level 40, you will unlock everything, so there's no point me going through every single skill because you're just going to unlock all of them, but I'm going to show you, highlight a few of the skills that I find really useful. So the first one is the defensive skill, and this one lets you chill enemies when you block. So a few of the skills that come in handy for that is absorb. So whenever you defend against an attack, staff energy is charged by 25%. That's really good. And block mastery, block mana costs minus 30%. So in other words, when you block, you actually charge your staff and your mana. It's easier to block, basically. You won't run out of block as quickly. The other one is Frost Shield. This is a must. Let me find where Frost Shield is. There's so many. Oh, here we go. Enemies who inflict damage on you are chilled. So yeah, even if you mess up your block and don't time it right, if an enemy does damage you, they will get chilled, which is really, really useful. When they're chilled, they will slow down and they're easier to hit. They also suffer increased damage. So those are the skills you want for the block. And just to say, I don't really block that much. I do find it quite difficult sometimes because there's so many different enemies in this game. They've all got their own timing windows. But if you want to try a new way of playing Dragon Age, yeah, check out this Ice Mage, because it does require more blocking, and blocking can be fun. It can be fun learning a new type of combat in this game. So that's all for the blocking. In terms of another move, I really like Frost Nova. This is an area attack. It deals 133 cold and it freezes your enemies in a wide area. But we can make this even more effective with a few of these skills. Number one is Breathing Room. So the radius of Frost Nova is increased by 50%. That's insane. So it makes this even, like the area is much bigger. So definitely get Frost Nova and Breathing Room. We also want Zone of Destruction. So let me find where that is. There's somewhere on this tree. I think it might be up here. That's Zone of Infusion. Ethereal. Here we go. Zone of Destruction upgrades area ability. So hitting 3 or more enemies with an area ability, it grants you enhanced damage. And this is an area ability, Frost Nova. So if we get Frost Nova and Zone of Destruction, we get enhanced damage if we hit 3 or more enemies. So if you see a group of enemies, hit them with the Frost Nova, and you'll do loads of damage in a massive area of effect attack. So those are two things, the blocking and the Frost Nova. But as we go up towards the right, we find some very interesting things. So let's have a look. This is all about using your staff. And Quicken Strikes is good because the final staff attack reduces the cooldown of your abilities, so you can just keep using them over and over. Onslaught unlocks a new move, so when you tap X and then hold X, so XX and then hold X, and you release it at the right moment, you'll unleash an additional barrage of projectiles. So it's all about timing, but if you get the timing right, you actually fire more projectiles from your staff. So yeah, it does make you think a bit more. You're not just hammering the same buttons over and over again. You are just adding a new move into your mix. So yeah, it's really fun to learn this this Ice Mage. We also have the Knight of Staves, which is XXY. So with this, you perform a heavy attack after 2 light attacks to unleash a heavy bolt at your target. That's really good. Now let me find another one. It's really hard to memorize where all of these are because there's so many. But yeah, Ice Shatter is really good. Charge attacks are critical against frozen enemies. A successful attack removes frozen. So in other words, you can repeat this over and over. And you are going to be freezing your enemies a lot with this build. So Ice Shatter is a definite necessity. So if you see a frozen enemy, make sure to do a charge attack on them and you will get more damage. Another one is Bone Chiller. When you have low health, Frozen is applied to all nearby enemies. This can happen only once every 120 seconds. Because this is such a good move, they limit you to doing this once every 2 minutes. But it does come in handy. It can save your skin because, yeah, when your health goes down, every enemy in the vicinity gets frozen. And that teams up really well with Ice Shatter because when they are frozen, use a charged attack and it will turn into a crit. Yes. A crit. Really, really good. Now let's see if we can find another. This is the last one on the list. I have a list of things. I'm going through them. 2 fires. Here it is. Upgrades projectile ability. So after using a projectile ability, your staff attacks fire an additional bolt at your target for the next 6 seconds. So that's even more projectiles. So you remember the additional move we unlocked that gives you an extra projectile. This gives you even more, so it teams up well with Onslaught. This adds an additional barrage of projectiles, and this adds even more bolts or projectiles. So, there we go. Those are the main skills that really come in handy with the build. We have the Ice Blast, the Frost Nova, and let me show you this on the character screen. So these are the moves we have. Frost Nova, it doesn't look like it does that much damage. 133 isn't that much, but when we've upgraded it, it has a wider area and it deals damage to more enemies, so that's a really good one to have. Ice Blast, 1216, so that's our most powerful regular ability. That applies Weakened. Dark Score we have, which is 456, and that detonates Sundered. Not too bad. Not my favourite. And then the ultimate, the Vortex of Shadow, 4,560 damage. And this is really cool. And I'm actually going to show you a trick to use this more regularly in battle. So let me show you this trick right now. All it is when you have this belt on, you can use your ultimate much more regularly. This is called the Glorious Ultimatum. And you can get this belt in the video above. And what this does... instead of a potion granting health, the potion now grants 35% of your ultimate charge. So if you have, 2 or 3 health potions, depending on how far your ultimate meter is charged, you can use and instantly refresh your ultimate, use that, and yeah, just have more ultimates at the cost of health, which is really useful. It just means you can use the Vortex of Shadow more regularly. And what happens to me, I can basically every fight I can use this about 2 times, and previously I was using an ultimate maybe once every 10 minutes, which isn't good because I want to use my ultimates. They're fun, I like using them. So yeah, get the Glorious Ultimatum utility belt. Next up, the Legendary Amulet adds 20% blast ability, 25% blast ability versus barrier. So that's good for your blasts, and blasts are a big part of the Ice Mage build. And by the way, all these unique items I will show you how to get in the video above. That shows you how to get literally every unique item in the game, and they're really useful because, as you can see, I've got unique items everywhere. So the Essence Vortex ring is really good because it does 30% extra ability damage, just flat damage added on top, 30%. Using an ability also now heals you for 1 health per mana spent, so that picks up the slack of this belt because, as I mentioned, the belt takes away your healing ability, but if you use the Essence Vortex and an ability, you will heal yourself. So that works out. We're getting our health back through this ring. And the more of the Black City, I love this ring, I actually put it on every build. Your ability damage is always a critical hit, and you cannot understate that. Using an ability consumes 20% of your maximum health as physical damage. So again, it does trade some health for damage, but with this ring, you are getting your health back when you use an ability. And also, you can pick a companion with added health abilities to heal you as well, which I'll talk about in a sec. Let me just go through my armor. This is a must. It's the Frozen Facade Unique Light Helm. When Frozen ends, it shatters, blasting nearby enemies with 150 cold damage. And you know, we are freezing a lot of enemies with this build, and when that ends, they will get shattered. So you have to use the Frozen Facade. Don't know about the look. It looks a bit tacky to me, but hey, it's unique. Arlathan's Fall. This is a pretty left field armor. It has no base defense, and it's not really, it doesn't really scream Ice Mage to me. But what I really like about it is the 100% ability damage. Yes, you will double your ability damage with Arlathan's Fall. You can get this from the vendor in Arlathan's Forest, but only if you rank up to vendor rank 4. That takes a while. But the other thing this has is each time you are hit, you gain 20 defense for 15 seconds, up to 10 times. And at 10 stacks, you gain immovable, so you cannot be moved. That's pretty good. I like it. I actually can't find any real Ice Mage armor pieces in this game. We have Necromancer pieces, like this one. That's great for a Necromancer. We have Fire Mage pieces, electric pieces, like this is good for an electric or lightning mage. But yeah, I can't really find any Ice Mage things in the game. So if you do find some armor befitting of an Ice Mage, definitely let me know in the comments. As for the orb, there's no unique ice orbs either. And I've looked, I've got literally every unique item in the game, and there's no ice. Oh wait, saying that, I do have a gap down here. Maybe that is where the ice is, the ice orb is. So I'd love to be proven wrong on that. But as for now, I have the +9 Chilled Grasp, which does 341 cold damage. So yeah, actually, yeah, do let me know if there is a cold frozen orb, because I would love to be using that. And as for our Mage Knife, we have the unique Coral Tip. This does 60 plus cold damage, so that's a good one for Ice Mages. It looks a bit weird. It's a Mage Knife made out of coral. If you want that, check the video that I linked to previously. And as for our stave, the all-important stave, this is the one that I found does the most cold damage. 338 cold damage, the Glacial Rod. And as I'm going through this, remember that you can enchant everything. All of this stuff you can enchant at the Caretaker and add on different perks. So with you know, the Maw of the Black City, I've added on +50 max mana. As you can see with the little red sword circle there, that just indicates that I've got an enchantment on it. This one, it has +25% arcane bomb trigger damage, 15 plus damage at high health. So yeah, all kinds of different enchantments on all this stuff. And the rune, the one that you really want is Glaciate. All of your weapon attacks deal cold damage for 20 seconds. So all of this together is dealing loads of cold damage. Now, in terms of companions, what you really want is first Davrin, because he detonates weakened, and one of our abilities applies weakened, so you need that. The other one, you really need Harding, because she has two things that we want. She has Apply Sundered, and one of our abilities is Detonate Sundered, so that comes in handy. And healing, we need a healer. Without a healer, we are going to die quickly, because as I say, our healing potions don't work anymore. All they do is charge our ultimate ability, so we need Harding to apply a healing potion to us. So yeah, let's head into the arena and test out our mage again. If you didn't know how the arcane mark and the arcane bomb mechanic works, all you do is press X 3 times to mark your opponent, and you can see above the head when you've pressed X 3 times, it applies an arcane bomb, and then you blow it up by pressing Y. So let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, and we have a bomb, and then we've blasted it. Now that will freeze an enemy. When you detonate the bomb, that freezes the enemy. If you keep an eye down the bottom at our mana, I'm using all of my mana to, you know, fire this projectile beam attack, but it doesn't really go down. It stays up, and that's because the skills that we've got make our mana recharge. So if I don't do anything, it will just keep going up. Let's just finish off this boss with a lovely ultimate by using our potions to fuel our ultimate. See if I can block that. I probably won't because my timing is... Oh, I've blocked it. I've blocked it. I've chilled them. Combo. That's the Sundered. And goodbye. You are shattered. That is the Ice Mage build. Love making these builds. But if you've got any tips, any feedback, do let me know in the comments. And also let me know what kind of build you want to see next. That just leaves me to say thank you so much for watching this video. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, do subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Age the Veilguard guides. And I hope you have a nice day. See you later. Let me blow up these barrels. Goodbye.